I kind of like confessing things on these videos that my wife doesn't know, because then somehow it might lessen the impact of her disappointment in me. And so have you ever been bamboozled, taken advantage of? Well, I think I was. So this is a ring. When I was up in Michigan this last week, I had a guy stop by, and was pretty well to do. He had this gold ring on, and he had a gold necklace and a few other things. And he gave me this story about how they needed money to get home. And he even had 2 children in the back seat of his car, and he was just asking for a few dollars. And so I said no at first, and then they were pleading. His wife was pleading with me, and I said yes. And so I bought this 18-karat gold ring and gave him the money. Well, maybe I should say gave him our money, Kathy. But I have an 18-karat gold ring that a magnet sticks to. Is that bad? Should a magnet not stick to that? I was thinking about this truth that I just read in the Bible, and this guidance that God tries to give to us with what we should do with our resources. What should you do with your wealth? What should you do? And wealth is more than just money. It's more than just gold rings. I think wealth is your time, your energy. I think your possessions. How do you share them? What do you do with them? What kind of spirit do you have with the things that God has blessed you with? And he gives us some guidance, and this is in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 9 through 10, and I want to read that to you. God says to us, he says, "Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine." I think a lot of suffering in our world comes from what we do with what we have. And I think a lot of times God is the last thing on our mind, and that is something we should repent from. I think that the Bible's very clear that we should be focused on God first, that God should always be the first idea, the first thought with what he gives us, and everything else should work out from there. And so if you have God in the wrong place with your generosity and with your possessions, with your wealth, then you're probably going to, well, you're definitely not going to live a generous life. And I think some of that is, part of the reason I bought this ring is because I thought, what if it was real? I thought, wow, I could actually make some money on that. See, I could take care of myself. Sometimes we can lose sight of the fact that all blessing, all things that you have come from the Lord, and no one gives like the Lord. And so I just want to challenge your generosity. I want to challenge what you're doing with your wealth, what you're doing with your first fruits. It matters, and what you do with them either sets the Lord free or restricts the Lord in your life. So it's something to think about. Take care.